Today, the rules are not so simple. Literally. Because today, we will be making all the rules for this monstrosity. To catch you guys up, if you have not seen my last two board game videos, which were over the course of like a couple weeks, I don't remember. Basically, I'm making the world's most confusing board game by combining every game that I own. This has blocks in it. It doesn't actually have moist and meaty burger with cheddar cheese. But yeah, there's the rest of the games. Basically, the way this game works, you start here at the game of life. Basically, the way this works in general is it's just a straight path. Starting here, you go all the way along this, and then right here, you hop to the next board game, and hop to the next board game. You keep doing that until you get all the way to the top, and the winner, whoever gets to the end first, gets a trophy. We have two dice there. One is a small die, which is funny, because it's actually pretty big, and then the other one is inflatable, and it's gigantic. On certain spaces, different things happen, and here's my general rule board that I keep track of random stuff. But basically, if you land on a square that's red, you have to do something. I don't know, it's on there. Find it if you want. I'm going to go into detail with everything later. If you land on a green space, you have to do something else. If you land on a space that says collect however much money, you don't actually collect that money, you just do something else. All that. There are three main types of games. Count them. The first type is normal, general board games, where basically you just go along the board. And though it may not look like one, Battleship is technically a general board game in this, because that's a main story development game. Second type is side games, such as Connect 4, Twister, my personal favorite addition to this whole board game thing. What? Why? Jenga, Tetris. We also have normal Jenga, too. Also chess, Scrabble, I don't know, there are so many games here. Just look at the pile of games. That's basically what we're working with. The third type is card games, such as Uno and Pictionary back there. We have Phase 10 cards somewhere. Yep, up there, apples to apples, all that jazz. But then, there are bonuses. Some of the games are just used simply as bonuses. Up here, well, I'm falling off the stool. And you follow this line of dominoes right here. Once you get to this empty space, you are able to come up to Candyland. You travel all the way across Candyland and get there to the end where that Uno reverse card is. I don't know if I really planned out this far. I think after that, you advance all the way over here to Monopoly, and you go around the board like that, but I might have everyone go around the Monopoly board more times than one. Haven't worked that out yet. Here's probably what I'll do. I'll have a time lapse of me just writing all the rules, and then I'll come back at the end and explain to you every single little detail about the game. Except for a few things which I might leave out for comedic purposes for when we actually play the game. Transition. I have to stop saying transition and transitioning. I was on Pixlr for like 2 straight hours just making this. This is the name of the board game that I came up with. I don't think I told you guys already. It is Trivial Nightmare Monkey Blockopoly Allies 10 Clusionary on the Spin Scrab Lifeopoly Part 5 Chessino Battle Sternga Bagunotsi Applegories Domo Ponquence Opoly Subset 4 Feud Edition. I think I explained this to you already. The reason why there are 3 Opolies, 1, 2, 3, is that I have 3 different types of Monopoly in there. There's Danvilleopoly, which shouldn't exist, Penguinopoly, which I'm glad exists, and Normal Monopoly, which is, you know, the in-between. I was going to have a full time-lapse of setting all this stuff up, but I've been working on it for a total of probably 10 hours now. It's the weekend, so what else am I gonna do? Let's just cut to when I have everything finished. And I finished the rules, other than the contents. All I have to do is mark everything on the big board out there, on the pieces of paper that line the bottom. And then I just have to put everything in the box, and as I put it in the box, just mark everything that I have on here. Okay, I'm gonna try to go through all these really fast. The entire thing is 14 pages long, but I'm not going to read everything because that would be insane. But you guys have to know how it works for when we actually play the game. So this is that, so I don't have to explain any of the rules in the actual gameplay thing. We can just get right into it because that's going to be a really long video. Anyway, here it is. It explains the setup of the game, and all throughout the game there are Uno reverse cards which can undo any one major or minor action as long as group consensus allows it. Next, there will be kind of teams and kind of not. If there are 4 players, it'll be 2 players on either side, and those 2 players will work together in certain things like chess and Connect 4 and all that, but everyone is trying to get to the finish before everyone else in the long run. Your teammates are just there to help you every now and then, but you're still facing off against them. Next, you roll 2 dice, and if you roll doubles, you go again. Simple. Also, any rules that are unclear by the end of this can be changed or added or whatever by group consensus when you play, meaning if the group says that, oh, you can do this, but you cannot do that, and it's not specified in the rules, then whatever the group says goes. There are a lot of games to go through. I don't think I'm going to go through all of them, basically. There are 5 types of games. The first kind, progression games. Games that you just go through and travel along the board. When you land on a certain space, it tells you have to do a certain thing. Either move a thing in Jenga, or do a move in Twist, or whatever. But the progression games are the Game of Life, Dominoes, Would You Rather, Battleship, which I know doesn't sound like it would be one, but it is. The Pictionary board, the Trivial Pursuit board, Candyland, Monopoly, the Elf on the Shelf game, and Clue. Side games are the games that you play facing off against other people. They're not part of the main direct story, but you still have to do them in order to progress. They include Jenga, Jenga Tetris, which just gets swapped out with Jenga every time a game of Jenga finishes. Twister, Chess, Scrabble, Connect 4, Don't Cut the Cheese, Don't Break the Ice, Tumblin' Monkeys. Next, card games, the third type. Card games just do a variety of things. Nightmare Chess. Nightmare Chess is basically just cards that you can get to help you advance further in a game of chess, or you can immediately give one to someone else and they will have to do a Twister move immediately. Phase 10. If at any point someone rolls the number 10, they must pick up a Phase 10 card. The person who gets the 10th, 20th, 30th, etc. Phase 10 card must go back to the start of the previous board. In Uno, Uno is the main buying system. These are the things that you buy with your Monopoly money, which is the main currency. You can roll again, roll 3 times in a row, pelt someone with ping pong balls, which I find that very funny. Challenge another player to a one-on-one game of Don't Break the Ice, stuff like that. All these different things. I won't go through all of them, but they all cost different amounts. Next, however many apples-to-apples cards you have at the end of the game Clue, which is the last game on the top level, is how many ping pong balls you get to pelt at players. I have a weird obsession with pelting people with ping pong balls, I guess. Pictionary, every time someone rolls a 4, an 8, or a 12, they have to draw a picture, and it keeps going until someone guesses what it is, and that person gets a reward. They get $20 in Monopoly money, not real money. The fourth type of game, bonus games. Bonus games are games that give you things like Monopoly money or advantages and stuff like that. These include Axes and Allies, Roll Domo Roll, Left Center Right, Trivial Pursuit, Yahtzee, Blockus, 5-Second Rule, and Boggle. The fifth type is miscellaneous games, which are just games that didn't fit in any category because they only have a minor part, really. These include Texas Spinner, just the box holds the game pieces. Penguinopoly, we have these colored rocks and they go all over, and if you land on one, then you get to keep it and you can trade them in to do a bonus later. Danvilleopoly is just one of the game pieces. Tabletop Ping Pong, which is just the pelting ping pong balls thing. Family Feud Home Edition just uses the marker from that game to draw the Pictionary things. Advancing to the third level. When the first person gets to Boardwalk for the first time, then they must spend the rest of their turns before they advance to the third level playing all of the side games, the second type of games. Only when every single side game has been completed at least once is that player allowed to advance to the third level. Once someone reaches the third level, there will be no more side games for the rest of the entire game. Also, when you get to the third level, you only roll 1 die per turn instead of the normal 2. And then, maybe a twist ending? I'm not going to tell you guys. Are you crazy? Now I just have to draw stuff on the board and count the contents, and that'll pretty much be the end of this video. Sweet! I've been working on this for like hours. I'm going to lose my mind. And there it is, the game, in one easy to transport, Those things are really heavy. They're difficult, but they're easier to transport than moving that whole table thing. Anyway, I'm gonna go inside. It's really cold out here. Thank you guys so much for watching this slightly less epic than normal, but still kind of epic YTube video. Most of my videos are not this boring, I promise, but I had to do this, and I had to have a video explaining how this worked so that I didn't have to explain that all later. So, I'm glad to get this out of the way, and I'm sure that you are too. I'm just kidding, you probably don't care at all. Anyway, I will catch you guys in the next video where I build something. I'm just kidding, I don't always build things, but maybe I don't know, we'll see. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. It really means a lot to me if you do. Only a small percentage of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed, and it means the world to me if you go subscribe. And even if you don't want to subscribe, just go down and just look at the subscribe button. But I heard that if you click it from red, it'll turn gray, which is really cool, and I think you should try it. Thank you guys so much. Make sure to make the video. Make sure to like the video. Put in the comment section something. I don't care. Just put something there. Share the video and join my Discord server. Link in the description. Follow me on the socials, and I will see you guys